My hair is looking a little crimpy because I slept on my hair wet. Please ignore it if you think it looks bad. If you think it looks good, then comment how beautiful I am. Hey everyone! If you're new here, please subscribe. I feel like I say it all the time, but please subscribe. Today's video is going to be about 5 concrete ways to make your freshman year suck less. So that might be like a negative way to put it, but I feel like your freshman year of college is a very transformative time, and as much as it's super awesome, it can also really suck at sometimes. So I just wanted to provide these 5 tips and tricks to make the freshman year of college experience a little bit better. So we've done a lot of freshman year of college videos. I will link the playlist below. I definitely recommend checking those out if you're going to be a freshman in college. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Have an open mind and be open to new experiences. So it can be something as trivial as usually you don't like Thai food and a friend invites you, or someone maybe you've just met, not even a friend yet, invites you to go have Thai food and you're like, ooh, usually I don't like Thai food. Just go get the Thai food. Like, college is about experiencing new things and opening up your horizons, and I feel like saying no to things is obviously very limiting. So even if you previously haven't liked doing something, eating something, whatever it may be, give it another shot in college, because most people don't know you yet. Unless you go to a college that has a lot of people from your high school, it is really a good opportunity to kind of start anew with this new group of people. So try out new things. In the same vein, if you've never tried something, but you've been interested in it, like say you've never been a dancer, but there's a dance club at your college, give it a shot, because nobody knows if you've been a dancer or if you've not been a dancer. Like, this is your time to try it. So I think trying new things and having an open mind can lead you to new friendships, new hobbies. It can reinforce things that you don't like, and then now you know for sure. So it can never hurt. So I really just recommend having an open mind your freshman year. So the next thing you can do is leave your high school self behind. So I think it's really hard to kind of shed those perceptions of yourself and insecurities that you had in high school or bad experiences, and I totally understand that, but I think college, especially if you're moving somewhere physically further away from home, it's like a physical and metaphorical change. Like, this is your chance to leave behind the parts of yourself that don't serve you anymore in a positive way and to gain new aspects. It's just a chance to be the person that maybe you weren't in high school that you want to be. Don't hold on to things that held you back in high school. Say in high school you didn't have as many friends as you would have liked. Don't go into college being like, well, in high school I had a bad social experience and now college is just going to be a reiteration of that. If you go in with that mindset, it's just going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy, and you're going to have a similar experience in college as you did in high school. But if you go into college being like, hey, what happened to me in my high school years is a valid experience and it was tough, but I'm going to shed that and start anew, I think you can have a really great college experience. All right, so the third way to make college a better experience your freshman year is go home. Go home. So for some reason, when I was a freshman in college, I totally had this like stigma against going home. I thought that I just needed to dive right into the deep end. I needed to cut off home for good. I needed to just jump into the college experience and just like stay on campus all the time. And I had friends who went home. Diana's talked about in some videos going home when she just needed a breather. So I wish that I had went home more often my freshman year. I think I really could have used it, especially first semester. I was definitely missing home. I think I could have really benefited from seeing my sisters, from my parents, my friends, my animals, whatever. And just for some reason, I just thought like that was a sign of weakness. I was like, I just need to power through, and I'll only go home on the breaks on Thanksgiving and Christmas. But I think if you have the means to go home and you want to go home, you should go home. And I think homesickness is such a real thing, especially if you're going to Barnard or Columbia like I did. Jumping into that New York City, that city experience is really jarring, and I think that it's such a huge adjustment that you deserve to be able to go home sometimes to where you're comfortable, what you're familiar with, and it shouldn't be something that you are ashamed of or afraid to do. Definitely go home if you need it. The next tip to make freshman year better is to go easy on yourself and to tamper your expectations. So I feel like whether or not you had a positive or negative high school experience, you can kind of expect college to be this big, huge thing. People say it's the best years of your life, which I really think that they are, but not always because they're super awesome, if that makes sense. I think they can be the best years of your life because it's very transformative. You're learning to be independent, you're trying new things. Don't come in with a lot of high expectations, because then when you don't meet those expectations, you will be disappointed. Whereas if you come into college being like, I'm gonna go easy on myself, I'm gonna let this experience be what it may, and roll with the punches and go with the flow, you're gonna have a lot better time. And I think along with being easy on yourself is just not setting your goals too high. So you don't want to be like, I'm gonna get straight A's, like I'm gonna get a 4.0, because you're adjusting to college life, to a new place, new people. Everything is a huge growing process, and I think, you can expect that freshman year your grades won't be the best. Some aspect of your life will kind of fall apart freshman year. That's totally okay, and it's totally to be expected. So if you come in with more realistic expectations of what your time will be, you won't be as disappointed if it doesn't go the way you thought it would, if that makes sense. So be easy on yourself, show some self-love, have compassion on yourself, understand that this is a weird time in your life and you're gonna get through it, and not everything has to be this perfect movie-like experience. And the last big tip that I advocate for 150% is ask for help if you need it. So this can be academic help, health, like physical health help, mental health is a huge one. Know that you are deserving of help. Your issues are valid. There are people whose job it is literally they are being paid to help people that are in your situation, so utilize those resources. Your school should most definitely have a counseling center, a primary health center, probably a tutoring center. You can talk to the dean if you feel like your classes aren't going well. Whatever it may be, asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. It means that you're putting yourself first, which is really essential. Your freshman year of college, you need to be checking in with yourself all the time. You can get help and you shouldn't feel ashamed of that, and that there are people who really want to help you, but they can't help you unless you tell them that you need help. So definitely reach out to people if you feel like you're struggling with anything, even if it seems trivial or small. Please reach out and get help, because it will just lay the groundwork for the rest of your college years to be really awesome. So that is my last tip. Okay, yay! Video's over. I tried to make that short and sweet. I hope you guys really liked it. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below. Please leave video requests and recommendations below. DM us on Instagram at MJD and NYC. We answer all of our DMs. Subscribe. Please tell your friends about our channel. I have nothing else to say, so I just started dancing. Okay, thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next video. Love you all. Mwah. And the dog is barking. Calvin, no barking! Okay, I think he stopped.